So guys, another day, another beer review. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have once again a beer that's very famous. Maybe one of the most famous ones in Germany. At least I think that there's a chance for that. It's the Hofbräu München. Start with showing you the labels. They look like that. I just think what could be more German than the Hofbräu. Of course, there's a very big, interesting history about this brewery, which I will, as always, be mentioning in the beginning of this video. I also want to mention, of course, that it's one of the big six in Munich, one of the Oktoberfest breweries. The other ones are, as you know, Paulaner, Spaten, Hofbräu, Augustinerbräu, and Löwenbräu. As I said before, you all should know those six in your head. It's as simple as that. I'm gonna start with, as I said, speaking a little about the history of the brewery before going on to the tasting part. Initials HB, as you can see here on the cap, stands for Hofbräuhaus, the official royal brewery. Hofbräuhaus was founded in 1589 by Duke Wilhelm V of Bavaria. Until then, the beer for the princely court had been produced by Einbeck, since the beer brewed in Munich was not good enough for the royal people. Wilhelm's son, Maximilian the First, however, was not very fond of the brewery's dark beer, and from 1602 his favorite beer, wheat beer, therefore began to be brewed. At the same time, he banned all other breweries in Bavaria from producing wheat beer, thereby creating a monopoly for his brewery, which came to be for almost 200 years. As a result, demand for wheat beer was concentrated to a single brewery, and in 1607 the Duke allowed a new larger brewery to be built in the location where it still is located. Nowadays the brewery belongs to the Bavarian state, and the classic wheat beer, which was revived in the 1970s, is now sold as Hofbräu Münchner Weisse. And here is the bottle of that one. I'm gonna try to review it later in another video. They also have other beers, of course. I'm gonna link to the website of the brewery in the description box below, as always, where you can read more about the brewery's other beers. They have, for example, this one too, the Oktoberfest, and some other ones. Anyway, Hofbräuhaus played a leading role in the establishment of the famous Oktoberfest, a tradition dating back to the marriage between Crown Prince Ludwig and Princess Therese of Saxony in the 19th century. That was I was mentioning a little bit about before. When I look at footage on YouTube from Oktoberfest and pictures from Oktoberfest, I quite often see Hofbräuhaus logos on the glasses. So Hofbräuhaus seems to be one of the main players on that event to me, and that's no surprise, since they was one of the ones who started it all, and also they are owned, as I said, by the Bavarian state. Anyway, this is the Hofbräu Original, so it's their Helles Lagerbier, the pale lager. Let's see if it's something interesting here on the label. Helles Lagerbier. yeah, that's the explanation. I got it right there. Helles Lagerbier, Hofbräu Original. 5.1% volume of alcohol. Yeah, then it's just information on many different languages. Seit 1589. Münchner Bier, gebraut nach dem bayerischen Reinheitsgebot. Of course. Yeah, nice looking, very classic looking label. Let's open it up. And pour it up. Like that. As you can see, nice nice color to it, in my opinion. I think it's looks, I might hold it like that, looks very very bright, easy to see through, many bubbles, nice white head on it. Yeah, it's to me this looks like a classic Münchner Hell. Maybe it's easy to see if I don't hold it before my shirt. Yeah, it also the fragrance is very typical for the style. So this is a beer that's very much enjoyed in München, of course, at the Hofbräu house. I should also mention that at the Hofbräu house in Munich, you can get as much as a 5-liter Stiefel. So it's shaped like the soldiers had those on their foots, very long, so it's the glass is shaped like that. It's 5 liters, so it's not so easy to drink on your own. There is some rules which are not everyone has to follow, but they are untold rules. For example, that the person who is drinking up the last of the beer, not the last, but next to the last, is the one who has to pay for the next Stiefel. So everyone wants to be the one who is not next to the last person who drinks up everything. So that means that to guarantee that you're not next to the last one, you have to drink up everything yourself, basically. And there are some other rules as well, which I just read about, but it's kind of fun. Also, there's an orchestra in the Hofbräu house which plays a song when you order the big 5-liter Stiefel. I think though that the normal 1-liter is the most common one. At least that's where I think it might be bigger. That's the most normal one. Anyway, let's begin with the tasting. Yeah, it's great. Of course, that's it wouldn't be possible to be a brewery that is this big if you don't have a beer that is your flagship. That's not tastes great. So of course this one is really great. That's what I can feel already. Yeah, fresh, well balanced, really nice Hellas lager, volle bier, typical Munich style. Really good quality. It's one that you really should try, in my opinion. I like those beers that has a big history to it. You know, when I feel when I drink the beer that this is something, exactly this one is a beer that people have been drinking for many years, and that they are famous, the beers. It gives me the feeling that people have experienced exactly the same. So that's what I'm into. That's why I prefer German beers. Yeah, really easy to drink, really amazing. I don't know what more to say actually. I hope you continue to follow my channel, and I see you tomorrow again.